Welcome to the fourth match of the Champions League group stages, and in this game we have Spartak Moscow against Celtic FC, who did a pretty decent job against Celtic at home. The game ended 1-1 with Chris Commons missing a chance in the last minute, but Celtic do have a chance to qualify from this group, with Spartak more or less near the bottom of the group, with Benfica below Celtic in third position and Barcelona at the top. Scott Brown is captain for Celtic and Kim Kalstrom is captain for Spartak Moscow. So sit back and relax to the music of the Champions League football to get you in the mood for this match. So the teams will line up with Spartak Moscow first, of course, as being the home team. Aidan McGeady will play against his former club on the right hand side, while Dimitar Bililetdinov will play on the left hand side, the former Everton winger. As you can see, Kim Kalstrom is captain, and he is trying to get his squad ready for this fixture, which is quite important for them, considering that they are bottom of the group. Celtic FC, however, line up with Kyle and Brown in the middle, with Mulgrew being suspended from the last match, and Gary Hooper and Georgia Samaras will be up front. So Spartak Moscow will be kicking off first, of course, and here we go. The referee just waiting for counting the players, and the game will kick off. Bililetdinov runs down the left hand side in the first couple minutes of the match, crosses it in, and Aidan McGeady comes over header, but he cannot get his header on target. First attempt of the match goes towards Spartak Moscow, the home side, and Aidan McGeady is unlucky to head it wide. Spartak Moscow with the counter-attack. Brown gets the ball, first time pass from Samaras through to Gary Hooper, who's through on goal, should score one-on-one with the keeper. He misses a fantastic opportunity to put Celtic ahead in this match. Ledley with the ball on the left hand side, passes to Izagiri, who does a great through ball to Gary Hooper, takes one touch great inside, back to Chris Combs, who takes a shot. It seems to be going towards the top corner. Let's see a replay of this. A pretty decent save from the goalkeeper. Izagiri takes a touch, passes it down to Gary Hooper, goes inside, passes to Chris Combs, takes a touch, and he hits it. It is going more or less towards the top corner. A great save from the goalkeeper. From the corner kick, Scott Brown will be taking it. He crosses it in. Gary Hooper tries to get his head with it, and the keeper makes a pretty basic save. Celtic on the attack again. Samaras gets the ball here. Passes. He just keeps running. If he's not going to pass, will he pass it through? Tries to pass it through to Gary Hooper. Takes the touchdown. Seems the defender's going to just stay with him. Gary Hooper gets the ball back. Tries to shoot. Cannot shoot. Passes back to Samaras. Takes a shot. Goalkeeper makes a mistake. Samaras runs in. Slide tackles. And he scores for Celtic to go 1-0 ahead in this crucial match for them against Spartak Moscow. He has scored in Russia once again. And will that goal be very vital towards Celtic's qualification for the knockout stages? Who knows? But as you can see, Hooper did get the ball, tried to go for the glory himself, missed, but he does eventually pass it back. Samaras does score quite a poor goal. The goalkeeper should be saving that shot, but a goal's a goal. Commons gets the ball, turns around. Will he pick out Ledley, who's making a run forward? He picks out Ledley. Ledley takes a fantastic first touch from 30 yards out. He shoots, and the keeper makes a great save on coming to the 45th minute. Coming to half-time, basically, and Commons does make quite a decent pass. Ledley with a really good control before he eventually takes a shot from quite a long range out, and the keeper makes a pretty decent save. It looks quite basic, but it was on target, so makes sense. Commons of the corner here, he crosses it in, absolutely nowhere, and Spartak Moscow clear. Last seconds of the first half here, and Celtic get the ball back, passes it up to Scott Kyle, who just makes a sort of run, and the whistle blows for this first half to end, and Celtic are winning at the current moment 1-0 against Spartak Moscow in Russia, and they've had 7 shots and 7 on target, which is pretty good, and that's a pretty decent stat for Celtic. It seems at half-time the Celtic manager will be making some adjustments to his formation to try and keep this lead intact. Kyle seems to be being taken off for Wanayama. Ledley seems to be put down the middle, it seems that they're going for quite a defensive formation, most likely a 4-3-3, most likely. As we can see, Brown and Ledley are probably going to be the two centre midfielders, and Wanyama is going to be a defensive midfielder, and Collins will be on the right midfield, Samaras goes to the left midfield, and Hooper will stay up front. So Celtic will be 1-0 up into the second half as they kick off. The second half has started well for Spartak Moscow as McGeady gets on the ball here, runs past the Celtic defence before the players should score for Spartak Moscow. I don't know what he's doing there. Let's see a replay of that. McGeady with the ball, he's running, he's getting past 3 players before he shoots, gets taken out, but the players should score there. Good play from Celtic here. Brown up to Hooper, Hooper to Samaras, Samaras shoots and he shoots wide. Again, it seems the Celtic manager will be making some sort of substitutions at this late stage. He'll be taking off Chris Commons and George Samaras for James Forrest and Paddy McCourt, and we'll be playing an all-out defensive strategy. There's goals the goal scorer George Samaras as he shakes hands with his teammates who are coming on. Spartak on the attack now as it comes to the 85th minute of the match. The ball comes into Wellington, who takes it round one of the defenders and he shoots, but Zaluska makes a really basic save really. He keeps it out and he is happy the fact that he's keeping his clean sheet, and which is keeping Celtic 1-0 ahead in this match. From the corner kick, will anything happen? Let's see. Corner kick's coming in from Kim Kallstrom in the 85th minute, and Celtic seem to clear it pretty efficiently. Wanyama will get the ball there, he passes down to Scott Brown, takes touches before it hits from about 50 yards out, and the keeper makes a fantastic save to stop it burying itself into the top corner. As you can see, Wanyama gets it, takes a touch, Scott Brown decides to just have a dig and it's going in, but the keeper makes a really good save. But from the corner kick, it's come on to the last minutes of the match. Will Scott Brown even hit into the box? No, he's taken a short corner. Izagiri is coming close. He passes to Izagiri, who will waste some time by doing some step overs. He steps over it, tries to get round to keep. He's going for goal basically, Izagiri it seems, but the Spartak Moscow defence clear it, and the whistle blows for full time. Spartak Moscow have been beaten in Russia now, 1-0 to Celtic. Can Celtic qualify from this group? They need at least, if they won at the Nou Camp, they'd probably finish top. As you see, they had 13 shots, 9 on target, 56% possession. They more or less dominated this match against Spartak Moscow. But Celtic can go on to qualify if they can at least get a point against Barcelona at the Nou Camp if Spartak Moscow and Benfica end up drawing. As you can see, Samaras did get man of the match, the goal scorer of the only goal of the game. So the final results are in from the Group G matches, and Spartak Moscow got beat by Celtic 1-0, and Benfica and Barcelona ended up drawing a 1-1, which is a bit disappointing from Barcelona considering that they want to get this group stage as quickly as possibly finished and qualify for the knockout stages. So here is Group G with Barcelona at the top, 10 points, not unbeaten at the current moment with 11 goals scored from 5 goals conceded. Celtic are second with 7 points and Benfica are third or fourth, and Spartak Moscow at the bottom with only 1 point. Celtic will most likely qualify against Barcelona if Benfica end up getting beat by Spartak Moscow. If Celtic at least get a draw at the Nou Camp, they will qualify for the knockout stages of the Champions League. Hey guys, this is your boy Marcus. If you enjoyed that episode of Road to European Glory with Celtic FC, please give it a thumbs up. I love seeing thumbs up, but I need to know that at least some people are watching this. I know one of you is really enjoying this, and you're giving me some tips. I love seeing the tips. So if you enjoy, at least you don't have to give it a thumbs up. Just at least comment. I love seeing comments. I love replying to comments. You can comment about anything. But as you can see, Samaras does score a pretty bad goal, but every goal's another goal. But the next match will be against Barcelona, probably up most likely before the actual Celtic Barcelona match is played in real life, which is, I think it's on Tuesday, so it'll most likely be up on Monday. So if you want more from the Marcus Mafia, more from Celtic's Road to European Glory, more from PES 2013, more from FIFA 13, subscribe to my channel really, and catch you later.